Hello everyone, my name is Yoni Habitant. I'm product lead at PwC France. So I had the pleasure to lead this talk related to the social and business impact of GenAI. I will be accompanied by two brilliant women tech leaders. So first of all, Corinne de Bilbao, who is the Microsoft CEO in France. Hello, Corinne.
Good morning.
Morning. And Isabel Gomez Garcia de Soria, who is the Chief Data and Analytics Officer at L'Oréal Group. Hello.
Hello, Yoni. Hello, everybody.
So let's thank you for being with us first. So 2 years after the emergence of GenAI and ChatGPT phenomena, societies and companies are seeing promising results. In our last PwC CEO surveys, more than half, so 56% to be really precise, of CEOs tell us that GenAI has resulted in efficiencies in how employees use their time. And around 1/3 report increased revenue and profitability. So this year was particularly the year of agentic AI. We are entering this age of agentic AI where AI doesn't just support the work, but it joins also the workforce. A new wave of companies emerge, like the frontier firms that we will talk about, which are powered by the combination of AI agents and humans. In this context of intelligence age, where agents are everywhere, in every discussions, every boardrooms, the social and business impacts are very huge. We will go through different aspects in terms of the impact in the future of work, in terms of productivity, in terms of education, what I call AI literacy, and in terms of also of inclusion and diversity. And we will go through a case within PwC, what we did. So first of all, Corinne, in your last Microsoft Work Trend Index, you recently released, 71% of the French business leaders plan to adopt agent AI within their teams in the next 18 months. Two concepts in this report are particularly interesting to depict with you. So the first one is the agent boss, and the second one is the frontier firm. Could you please define us these two concepts and tell us more about the impact of agentic AI on the productivity and on this future of work?
Well, thank you. It's a nice introduction. So, well, thanks for the invitation and good morning to everyone. So, well, you said it. Last year we had, well, we recognized AI was entering in our, workday, in our workplace, and really changed the way we were working. This year, it's AI in action. It's all about agentic and how AI is going to change, the way we run our processes, we run our companies. So this is, really what's happening today, and it's reality in most of the company. And it tells you a little bit about what is the future of work, what's coming next. And in that report, the Work Trend Index that we publish every year, we see those trends evolving very rapidly. Let me start with the frontier firms. Not only you're going to have, agentic agents assisting you, in your administrative tasks, in what you are doing everywhere, but it will be also, you will have agent into your workflow processes. In all your workflow, you will have the agentic. So it's kind of a new company where you're going to mix human and agents working on large processes like, placing orders, invoicing, your supply chain processes. So it's a total new company, which, by the way, is completely going to change the concept of capacity. When you think about a production system, traditionally, a production system was a workforce and processes. The production system of tomorrow, and when I say production system, is not only manufacturing goods. Every process is a production system. It's going to be both humans and agents. So it's a complete way, complete different company tomorrow. This is what we call the frontier company, the frontier enterprise. And then you have that change the way, you're going to have, leaders tomorrow. So the next leaders are going to be very different because we talk about agent boss. So you're going to have people you're going to manage, and you're going to have agents. You're going to have your virtual agents that will work for you. They will do things for you. They will do some actions. So it is new skills of leadership we have to deal with. I mean, how are you going to manage agents, you know, together with humans? So it is not about replacing humans. It is about, you know, inventing a new way of work, which will require new skills. What is what you're going to do as humans versus what you're going to do agents, where you can automatize. So, of course, I mean, at the end of the day, we talk about productivity. And there are surveys from your competitors, but there are surveys from you as well, which says that basically in France, if you were to adopt, companies adopt AI at scales, you could have 20% more operating profit at the end of the day. So you could say, well, this is about productivity, yes, but it's also about capacity. And if I may, I mean, it can be, I mean, a little bit scaring if you don't attack the skilling. We'll talk about that later. But it's also an opportunity because you think about some of the countries, in particular in Europe, I mean, aging population, scarcity of talents, and in the next 50 years, every 5 years, in terms of if you look at the worldwide population, we're going to lose 4 to 5% of the population. So it is, you know, you have different things, different factors between, you know, the agents, the aging population, the need for humans to be at the center of it, still being, I mean, the ones to manage it, to reinvent both companies, leadership skills, and the way we're going to orchestrate. So the company of today, it is absolutely not the company of tomorrow. Very different.
Thank you very much for sharing this view and this insight. In our last AI job barometer, where PwC analyzed more than 1 billion of jobs ads to uncover AI impacts on job, skills, wages, we found out that skills for AI-exposed jobs are changing 66% faster than for other jobs. In the Microsoft Work Trend Index, 78% of leaders are considering hiring for AI-specific roles to prepare for the future. And that jumps to 95% when it comes to the frontier firms. There is a need for a rapid change in terms of skills required to succeed in AI-powered jobs. So as the Chief Data and Analytics Officer of L'Oréal, could you tell us more about the initiatives that you launched within L'Oréal to accelerate and democratize GenAI?
Okay. At first, I think I completely agree on what Corinne has said. When I hear innovation, frontiers, etc., I read L'Oréal, and you will see in this booth here how we are showing the new frontiers of beauty. When GenAI showed up 2 years ago, we were already fully involved on what we call the beauty tech. That means because we are convinced that the combination of science, of data and tech is going to completely reshape the future of beauty. So we started our, I would say, our journey with tech and data even before GenAI came, and we started working on solid foundations, because for me, there will be adoption if there is a scale, as you have said, and if there is a scale only if we have the right foundations. So we've been working for many years on bringing data, on bringing the platform, on bringing everything you need to be able to scale. Now, in this part of the scale, the people, it's a very, very important part. So L'Oréal, we are a serious learner company also. So every time we start something, what we do, we really seize what's starting. We identify, we test, and then we scale. And during this process, from the very beginning, we think about upskilling. So whenever it was data, AI, and now GenAI, we bring a completely global company upskilling program for this. And for me, it's the first part of the adoption is people to understand what is going to change. So, for example, we have created Data for All, AI for All, Gen AI for All, and when we say for all, it's for the entire company. So we create different trainings. It's a few hours, from a few hours to a few days. We have now more than 60% of our employees who are already trained to data, to AI, to Gen AI. Now Gen AI is going so fast that we need to recreate every year. So now we're in the world of prompting. So we have now a prompting for all, and we move from different. Since here we are doing a lot of creativity with Gen AI. So we have teams that go to the brands, go to the teams. We have prompt bars. We do many things. So people understand that this technology is here to augment them, is not here to replace them. So that is for us the principle. We foundations, we test, we identify, then we scale, and we upskill the entire company because for us, people, it's the most important part of the formula to succeed the adoption of Gen AI.
Thank you. So let's now deep dive on the upskilling and the AI literacy. So with the rise of Gen AI, knowledge is becoming accessible, affordable, and abundant. Tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity are now the norm, even outpacing Google search. And one of the challenges of societies and companies that should address is the education and the upskilling. What are your takes regarding this? And what are the Microsoft initiatives to tackle this AI literacy and this upskilling within Microsoft and even for the societies?
I think Isabelle said very important things about, the democratization of technology and the fact it puts as well human at the center, and you have to get rid of the fear of people. When we start to use technology, see the speed of adoption in society of those tools. I mean, that overpasses the fear of people, because I do realize that, that in the same survey, I mean, we realize that 76% of people at work today say they're overwhelmed, with communication, administrative tasks. So once they use, they welcome this a lot. So the fear, I wouldn't say the fear is out, but I mean, the adoption is really quick today. And for the first time, you have a technology which is easy to use. I mean, it's natural language. You don't have to have a PhD. Anybody can use it. So what is the challenge? The challenge is going to be the speed of adoption. Because the ones to succeed, like in any technological revolution, if you think about, the printing machine or the electricity, it's going to be the speed of adoption by the countries and the people. That will place you, at the front end of the competition. So accessibility and adoption at scale is the name of the game, and all companies have programs and they're doing this. I think government, societies, what we're doing, I mean, last year we've been committing to train 1 million people on AI, because this is a way not to divide society. There are enough division in society. You don't want to have the ones who adopt AI and the ones who don't. So we launched different initiatives. We have a learning platform which is free. You have 200 content possible, totally free. We did launch, a program with job seekers with France Travail to help the job seeker with a very simple calendar. We've been working with a French startup led by women to develop this calendar when you can, at your rhythm, work and be able to be trained on AI. We've been working as well with the regions, different companies, and the ecosystems to give accessibility to content. And we've been also developing programs for women. One we call, I'm sure for the French people it will sound something Génial, which is about, having bootcamp and train women and give accessibility to AI, because the last thing you want is to reproduce what we've been producing in other, areas of technology and having less women, which is a risk. So those are the different initiatives. But the good thing is that with AI, and thanks to AI as well, you can have personalized training, which is adapted to you, to your function, to your rhythm as well. So that's a big challenge. I think all companies and all countries are in front of the massive workforce planning that we need to tackle. It's not only about companies like us, it's also about government, because this is going to be, I mean, a way to win or not to win if you don't go enough fast in terms of the adoption?
This is effectively a big challenge. Thank you. Isabelle, the new playbook of the Silicon Valley is $1 billion company, where wouldn't be unimaginable without AI, according to Sam Altman. The most impressive company is Midjourney, who has shown that it's possible to scale an AI company to more than 200 million annual recurring revenue without receiving venture funding, and doing it with less than 50 people. Klarna, a payment company in Sweden, is the perfect counter-example. They built an AI with a promise to replace the customer service agent, and after that they rehire human agent after quality complaints. So what are your thoughts regarding this new playbook, and what would be a good approach to integrate and scale agentic AI within L'Oréal?
Well, I'm very happy for the Silicon Valley people. I think that creating a company with AI and reach 1 billion is not so difficult. I think what is difficult is to stay in the long term. Okay, this is what we need to measure. L'Oréal is a company who has more than 115 years. Okay, and we are number one of beauty for a long, long, long time. And it's a company that is about people, and we say it's people, people, and people. So when we approach AI and Gen AI and technology, we approach with the A of augmented. It's not the A of replacing people. We've been named the most innovative company of Europe by Fortune, published here during the Vivatech. And why is so? It's because we have 100,000 people passionate. So when it comes to AI and Gen AI, how do we approach? We approach, as always, we know that it's something that is going to be disruptive. So we know that maybe the activities are going to be redistributed differently. So good. That means that we are going to free time for our people to do what matters most. And what matters most is to deliver the best beauty products to our consumer. So that is the way we see. And our motto here at L'Oréal is again the new frontiers. We use tech and AI and Gen AI to open new frontiers, to go beyond, to growth. We are not here to replace people. So our initiatives are: how can I augment my researchers? How can I create fast and cleanest formulas for our products? Our A is about augmenting our marketing people. How can we have someone who inspires even more our creativity to deliver unique experience to our consumers? And the A is also for all of our employees to be able to work with people who can, with a new companion. AI is a companion, it's a coach. Our A is an A of coach, companion, people who push us to go beyond and to reach new frontiers. So that's the way we approach at L'Oréal. It's not at all about being the number one company with the less people. It's being the number one company with the most passionate and innovative people. And that's what I repeat. We are serial learners. So we are convinced that technology, science, everything is changing. So we embrace the change. We train our people. We upskill our people. Because it's not even a train. It's a completely way of working. And it's the people, it's the leadership. So we have also, because it's completely reshaping the cultural way of addressing things. So, but the idea is A of augmented, and I will invite you to see what we present here in Vivatech, and you will see how AI and Gen AI is here to augment our people, is here to go to new frontiers, is here to growth. And so I will say, let's meet in 100 years. So all these companies that have been created with one people, let's see where they are in 100 years. I bet that L'Oreal will be here again in 100 years and will still be #1 beauty company.
Congratulations! It's my turn to ask a question to Uni. And you said it, learning is a very important asset. I mean, the ability to learn, and if I can encourage everybody to spend a lot of time on learning, I think this is a critical skill. If you want to create an agent, I mean, our booth, you can do it in 3 minutes, so it's everybody can do it. But just let's try. Well, the adoption of AI will go quick and faster if AI is considered as responsible, inclusive, and diverse. Those are important assets, and that's part of the fear. So I'm not turning to you now, Yune, and what PwC is doing in terms of, those very important things, and this important thing, which is diversity. How do you make sure, you build, diverse workforce, a diverse PwC, and how do you tackle those challenges, in particular at the era of AI?
Thank you for this question. So we launched an international project gathering several countries. So UK, France, and Spain are leading the way. And the idea was to explore how AI could be a lever, could be the asset to hack a challenge in terms of inclusion and diversity. So our focus was to rethink the people processes, speed up the career progression, and especially accelerating the woman career. So we first identified 4 pain points or 4 issues. The first one was the returning to work mothers and even fathers after parental leave. The sponsorship, which is the second issue. The third, which is the feedback biases that could occur, for instance, in the performance review. And the fourth one is the everyday inclusive behavior, like, for instance, the way we communicate with each other on a daily basis in the workplace, to organize the meeting, and including, for instance, the woman. PwC signs in 2023 a charter with the association Jamais Sans Elle to promote the visibility and representativity of the woman during the talks and the government bodies. And what we did is that we explore how AI could augment human interactions. And with our product studio, what we did is that we created different agents that we could showcase, that we will showcase here in the booth. And one example is, for instance, the return to work agent. So this return to work agent that we could have is designed to support mothers and fathers preparing their return from parental leave. So what we did very concretely is that this agent could provide tailored insight, for instance, on the client portfolio, or some updates regarding the firm updates. For instance, the people changes, or the strategy changes, or the technology changes, even, to make the reintegration smoother and empowering. So at the end of the day, we believe that when used responsibly, AI could be a catalyst to grow and to be a catalyst for change in how we grow, we support and retain our talent. So if you want to know more about this different demos that we have, we'll have it in our booth just after this talk. So now it's the time to some questions with the audience. So please. Yes, please.
Hi, I am Anastasia from PwC. Very nice presentation, thank you. I wanted to ask you, we had AI, then Gen AI, but what's next?
I can take it, yeah. Well, what's next? Well, first of all, I mean, as I said, you will have very different, organizations, and you will have very different ways of working. But beyond this, I mean, when you think about the cloud, AI, and the capacity of computing, and then you have quantum, I mean, the frontiers are unlimited. Think about the research as example. I mean, there are big problems in society which were relative to health or relative to climate, which are super hard to tackle because we don't have the computing capability. And so there's a lot of hope, not only with Gen AI, but now with quantum, which is next, to be able, I mean, to solve some of the biggest problems of the planet. The equation, I mean, of climate change, which is super difficult. It's millions, billions of data. Some of the, the healthcare disease, health disease, we couldn't solve. And so the application, I personally believe, I mean, there's a huge opportunity in the application on research. We're starting on this, by the way, as Microsoft, with Microsoft Research. We spend a lot of time and a lot of researchers looking at what's next, which is healthcare, climate change, new materials, more responsible. So the opportunities are very large. We have some success in discovering new material. I give you an example. How do you going to replace the lithium in battery? Because this is a rare material, and this is something which, as well, I mean, will be very difficult to replace. And with, I mean, Gen AI and with, the ability to compute a lot of data, we've been able to find, new material in weeks versus years. So I do believe, I mean, the frontiers are unlimited when it comes to research in particular. But I'm sure, Isabelle, you have your view on this.
Yeah, no, I don't know which will be the technology. There's quantum, cloud, and so on. But there's going to be new frontiers. That's it's by applying this, by applying AI and Gen AI with the speed and the adoption. We are exploring a new barrier. Is the longevity. Yeah? Because we were used to talk about age, but in fact what we need to talk now is to tackle is the longevity, is how we can extend our life in a healthy way. This is something that technology and AI can help us to solve. The cloud, we can create a cloud with all the signals, everything that we can measure in longevity. So we are also working a lot in frontiers of sustainability, of course. How do we source ingredients? How do we create respecting the boundaries of the planet? So I think that what is next? The next is how we can apply the AI, the Gen AI, the technology to the new frontiers of work. So I would say it's each company to find the new frontiers. I would say in an ethical way. I think for me something that is really important. It's the base. And ethics is not new, and I think that if we cannot be ethical in AI if we are not ethical in the real life. So I think that it's important also to put the right trustworthy limitations or frame to the way we are going to use the technologies in the future.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being with us. Thank you.
Thanks for the
Corinne.
invitation.
Thank you.